Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Who's Dev Sports, and we're back at it with another NFL video. Obviously, a really big weekend for the NFL. 4 really big games on the slate. So we're gonna just go ahead and recap each game, see where teams went right, see where teams went wrong, and hopefully give you my updated predictions. My Super Bowl picks, one of my Super Bowl picks did get ruined. I did have the Saints. Sadly, they blew it. Talk about that a little bit later, but I'll give you guys my updated predictions, and hopefully we can get this right. We can go to the Super Bowl with the teams that we have right now, and we'll see where we go from there. But the first game we're going to take a look at is the Rams versus the Packers. Probably out of two, maybe one other game, probably the easiest to predict. A lot of people had the Packers winning this one. Depleted Rams, no Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald injured, Jared Goff still a little banged up. So I mean, obviously you take a look at the stats. Jared Goff, he had an okay game. I mean, but just nothing really too special, nothing too stand out. The receivers didn't go off, as I would say. I mean, compared to the Packers stats, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, look at this: 23 for 36, 296, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 1499, a touchdown. Jamal Adams, 12 carries, 65 yards. I mean, Devontae Adams wasn't even your most yardage receivers, and you threw to him 9 times. You only had to throw to Allen Lazard 4 times for 96 yards and a touchdown. So, I mean, Aaron Rodgers just had it all this game. He's on a tear. He won MVP. He's going to probably win MVP. I mean, I don't want to overstate it. I don't want to jinx him, but more than likely he's got this locked up. He's been on a tear. He's on pretty much of a revenge path. Obviously, the Packers drafted his successor in Jordan Love, so we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, he's on a. I don't really see him being stopped right now. It's going to take a really good defense to stop what he's doing. But for right now, where do the Rams go from here? I'm not too sure. The Jared Goff, Sean McVay relationship is kind of in a hole right now. We'll see where they go from there. The NFC West still a really strong division. You got the Seahawks, Russell Wilson. You've got the up-and-coming Cardinals, D-Hop and Kyler Murray. The 49ers, will see where they go. Maybe they get Deshaun Watson. We'll see where we go from there. They just lost Robert Saleh to the Jets, so we'll see where that goes. Pretty much the Rams going to be a middle-of-the-pack team in my opinion. I don't know if they'll be a playoff team next year. We'll see where they go. Packers, they're definitely going to be a playoff team next year. Aaron Rodgers isn't going anywhere for right now. Maybe he'll get another Super Bowl, add on to his legacy. But for right now, I mean, pretty much just a game we expected Packers to run in front. Go from there. So let's move on to the next game, Ravens-Bills. I mean, what a no-show from the Ravens. 3 points, season low in points, and it's going to be in the playoffs. I mean, come on. I need a little bit more than that from the Ravens. Obviously, the rushing game was okay. It was there. The passing game was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you look at these stats, you think it's okay, but it was pretty much non-existent for the whole game. Lamar Jackson, I mean, this is the problem with the Ravens. First in rushing, last in passing. So you're not going to win a Super Bowl with that, sadly. That's not how you win a Super Bowl in today's NFL. You're not going to win with just rushing. Lamar Jackson does need a number one wide receiver like this man has right here, Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs, the security blanket. I mean, if you talk about just the connection that these two have, I mean, they got him from the Vikings. He needs to stay here for a long time. Him and Josh Allen are going to do something of wonders. The one thing that does concern me about the Bills is there is no running games. I mean, you look at this. 7 carries for 25 yards. They don't have a running game. They pride themselves on their defense and their passing game. So we'll see where they go from here. They have a big test next week. We'll see if Josh Allen could step up. Where the Ravens go from here, I'm not too sure. The Browns, I only see them getting better. They've got what they need. Baker Mayfield only getting better. Let's see what they do with Odell Beckham Jr. Maybe they trade him. Maybe they get better in another place. Lamar Jackson, the Steelers. Depending on whether or not if Big Ben returns, I still see them making the playoffs. If he leaves, and depending on who they get, they might even be better. So we'll see where the Steelers go from here. It's only going to get tougher for the Ravens. You probably need to focus on getting a number one receiver for Lamar Jackson, develop his passing game a little bit more. So I mean, that's all I can say for the losing side. For the winning side, we're going to see what Josh Allen is made of next week. We'll see if he's the it quarterback or if this was just a one-time fluke. See if he can step up. Wide receiving core is good. The defense is solid. So I mean, the kicker's good. Tyler Bass. He did go 1 for 3. I don't expect that to continue. But I mean, the Ravens pretty much lost this game. You could say it was on Lamar Jackson. I mean, it was a 10-3 game. Ravens driving to the end zone. Lamar gets pick sixed. So, I mean, the only way the Ravens are going to get better, Lamar Jackson, you have to develop your passing game. I don't know how much I can say this. You can't continue to be a poor man's Russell Wilson. And I will use that analogy until the day I believe it's not true. But for right now, that analogy will stick with me. And Josh Allen, we'll see where you go from here. Our third game, probably the most intriguing game. Well, I mean, the next game after this is pretty intriguing, but uh, I was shocked. I'll be the first person to say I was shocked. As a Patrick Mahomes fan, I was sad to see him go down. It did look like a nasty injury at the time. He should be ready for next week. We'll see where it goes from there. But I'm shocked that the Cleveland Browns didn't win this game. The momentum they were on, they had the momentum when Mahomes went down. They scored. Got to stop. They were going to score again. I mean, what a killer for the Browns. You could only go down. I mean, only the Browns could lose this game, you could say. I mean, they're coming off a really high from last week. They knocked off the Steelers. That's not something easy to do. But if you're the Browns, I mean, you had a nice game. I don't know how you lost. You had a good game, in my opinion. It was just, I don't know how they lost. The Chiefs, Mahomes, I mean, I know how you won. Chad Henne. I mean, what a step in from a backup quarterback. Anything is possible, as we saw the day after. The 13-yard rush. Then Andy Reid's play calling to get the ball to Tyreek Hill for 1 yard. I mean, this was a game from Chad Henne. Mahomes should be ready by next week. I don't want to jinx it or anything. We'll see where they go from here. If Patrick Mahomes is ready, that's set to be some sort of showdown with the Bills, Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. If not, well then I mean, it's pretty much just a cakewalk for the Bills at that point to get to the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear any excuses from the Bills. They have to get to the Super Bowl. If not, we're in for a game. I do have the Chiefs winning if Patrick Mahomes is healthy, if he plays. I mean, look at this receiving core. Look at these two. I mean, just these two alone. 8 receptions, 110 yards, and 8 receptions, 109 yards. It doesn't get much better than this. There's really no stopping this. The defense needs work. I mean, we'll see where we go from here. But for right now, if you're the Chiefs, consider yourselves lucky. You scraped by. You've got to have a better showing next week against the Bills. For the Browns, we'll see where you go from here. Obviously, I talked about the AFC North previously with the Ravens. You can only go up from here, in my opinion. You have the right head coach. You have the right quarterback. We'll see what you do with Odell Beckham Jr., if you trade him or not. But for right now, I like where the direction the Browns are headed. Hold your heads high. You should have won this game. To many people, not just to me. But we'll see where you go from next year. And then I think probably, I don't know what to call this, the Old Man Bowl. It was being called the old Man Bowl. We have a 43-year-old versus a 40-year-old. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. And for much of this game, it looked like, I mean, 7-7, 14-6. It was a 20-20 game going into the fourth quarter. So, I mean, the Saints really had no excuse to lose it. I mean, I'll be honest, Drew Brees just looked old. There's not much more I can say than that. Drew Brees looked like his age, and Tom Brady didn't look like his age. Tom Brady, he has all the weapons. He's using them to his advantage. I mean, just look at this. Brate, Fournette, Godwin, Miller, Johnson. Gronkowski at the bottom of the list. Antonio Brown. I mean, when you have Mike Evans going for 1 reception and 3 yards, you got to consider yourselves a good team when your best receiver is going for that. So we'll see where they go from him. They had a nice little rushing attack. The Saints, I mean, this isn't good. This could be Drew Brees' last game. Sorry about that notification, but this probably, in my opinion, was Drew Brees' last game. He needs to hang it up. I would have probably benched him and put in Jameis just the way he was looking. Jameis 1 for 156 off the flea flicker. But, I mean, we'll see where they go from here. You have Alvin Kamara, who's a stud. You might want to start. I mean, Michael Thomas, 0 catches. That's not going to work. From being a top 5 receiver last year to probably being one of the, I don't want to say one of the worst, but maybe one of the worst this year. We'll see where you go from here. You're supposed to be something good. The defense is still really good. It's just the offense that's really a problem now. I mean, I don't know where the Saints go from here. They're still in the same division as the Bucks. You've got the Panthers, you've got the Falcons. We'll see what the Falcons do, but for the Saints, I think Drew Brees needs to hang it up, and you need to see what you're going to do at quarterback. Are you going to go Taysom Hill, or are you going to go Jameis Winston? We'll see where they go. But I do believe the Saints, I mean, they should be back next year with this team and the quarterback, who I believe will not be Drew Brees. But the Bucks, I mean, you'll see right now as I get onto my playoff predictor what happens, who I predict. But the Bucks, you can only go up from here. Tom Brady got what he needed. This is one of his best teams. He's proving that he didn't need Bill Belichick to do this. So we'll see where we go from there, and let's move on to our playoff predictor. So, with all that being said, you can't really what's the word I'm looking for? You can't really go with injury from here. So I'm just assuming everybody's healthy. I'm assuming Patrick Mahomes is back. I still do have the Chiefs. Nothing's changing that. That man Patrick Mahomes is filthy. Will be a really good quarterback when his career is over. Probably will be in the top 10. I don't want to go too far to say that, but I do have the Chiefs winning. Now, the NFC Championship. I've given this a lot of thought. And with that being said, I'm really tempted to pick the Buccaneers here. But there's nothing stopping that bad man Aaron Rodgers. As much as the Buccaneers defense is good, he's just too much on a tear right now. That's how I see it going down. I believe he will overcome this defense. Hopefully the Packers defense can slow down the Buccaneers offense. But this right here is going to be, I mean, both of these games are really exceptional. They're going to both be good games. We'll see where they go from here. But this weekend will be really good. So stay tuned for a really good weekend of football. If you have somewhere to go, I suggest you stay home and watch this. It's going to be a really good weekend for football. And then Chiefs-Packers. I mean, do you have experience or do you have Patrick Mahomes? It's basically the passing of the torch game. Does Aaron Rodgers still have it, or is Patrick Mahomes ready to prove that he is who he says he is? He's going to be, I believe, if Patrick Mahomes wins this game, he takes the torch from Aaron Rodgers. Is he better than Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. If Patrick Mahomes wins this Super Bowl, if this is the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes wins this, he will, in my mind, be better than Aaron Rodgers. And that's saying a lot because Aaron Rodgers has had one hell of a career. But to already surpass him, because he'll have two, Aaron Rodgers will have one, to already surpass him in Super Bowls, that's got to be a big deal. So I do have the Chiefs winning this. This is my updated bracket. It did get ruined. I had the Saints winning it all. I mean, not the Saints. The Saints not winning it all. I had them facing the Chiefs, but what was I thinking? I mean, really let me down, Drew Brees, but we will see where they go from here. Well, this is my updated playoffs. Obviously, I'll have a video of after this weekend what happens. But this is it for now. Thanks, guys, for watching. Leave comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and as always, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.